Hello there, lovers of the tarot and all things occult and metaphysical. So we have the reversed Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is this trinity of creative intuition that backs us up and gives us a vision and a focus. It's like the card of guidance. And when this card is upside down, there may be a little resistance inside of us to tap into our own guidance. We might have this resistance because of different reasons. We may have had bad guidance coming from the inside. We may be confused about what is intuition and about what is old programs and mental thoughts, and we may resist some intuitive guidance because we're not really clear about what it is that's supporting us, or what it is that which direction we need to be going. We have it in our heads that there's a wrong and a right answer. We have it in our heads that there's a right direction and a wrong direction. But in life, it doesn't really work like that. In life, every direction can be a great direction if we walk it in with our hearts open, with appreciation, with gratitude to what's going on in our lives, to what we're receiving, to what we've been given. Even dodgy experiences we can feel grateful for if we recognize them as being lessons, or we recognize them as being parts of our journey towards growth. And so with this idea that nothing is really the wrong path, that we can just experiment and try and go for something, and even if something fails, sometimes that might have been what we really needed to either pick ourselves up off the ground, or to go and make a more conscious choice another time, or to just reveal how closed we are, or how stuck we are, or how stagnant we are in one way or another. So when this card comes up and this reversed three comes up, it speaks about maybe a distrust, maybe a lack of faith in our own discernment and our own judgment about what is great guidance for us. We may have mucked up in the past. We may have made a few mistakes. We may have been guided by other people, or allowed ourselves to be guided by other people in the past. And we might have this resistance, or this just non-trusting way of focusing on guidance that could be coming our way. This might make us a little bit closed, and this closedness will lack or take away any vision about where we're supposed to be going. It will stop us from being able to be clear about where we're heading to, or where we want to go in our lives, and we might be feeling a little bit lost. And there's a lost feeling that often comes with this card, and in which case, we just need to find a certain bravery. We need to find a certain gratitude for those lessons in the past, so that they don't cling on to us and make us feel resistance to go, okay, well, I can try again. We can try 10 times. We can follow our guidance, and even if we don't know whether it is or not, it doesn't matter. We just need to go with love and walk with a certain amount of faith that, hey, we can pick ourselves up. If something goes wrong, we can sort our lives out. If the choices weren't the best, we can shift, we can change, we can adapt, we can transmute, we can grow. And as long as we have this faith that everything will work out in the end, or this faith in ourselves, then our discernment is easier. It's easier just to say, okay, let's go for it and see what happens. Sometimes our ego has jumped in and wants to do everything, wants to be the guide. Sometimes we think that we're supposed to be the guide for ourselves, and we're supposed to know it all, and we don't really listen to an outer world wanting to guide us, or we don't really listen to an inner world wanting to guide us. We might not be listening very well at all. We might just want to be in control of our own lives, and sometimes that means that we don't capture a higher message. We don't capture a higher message coming through somebody else, or capture a higher message coming through our own hearts. And so this 3 could represent the lack of creativity, because the ego is just trying to do everything itself, or owning our mistakes as well as our importance, or as well as our specialness to be able to figure things out ourselves. So these also could be part of why this card is reversed. Either way, there's a resistance to receiving this guidance, and the inner message is always going to be, hey, how can we find more openness? How can we listen and find the faith to just go with any type of intuitive feeling that we might have? How can we trust ourselves more? And that trust is basically just knowing that, hey, we can sort out any trouble that comes our way, no matter what our choices are, and we can really focus on our heart. And sometimes it's just about being vulnerable enough to ask inside of ourselves, you know, okay, I don't know where I'm going, please guide me. And that vulnerability will attract into us, you know, a certain amount of openness that will channel some higher guidance for us, and we'll get clear about where we want to be going, and we'll get sure, we'll feel more certain. And if the mind jumps in and starts doubting because of the past, because of the past, because of the past, understand that the past was there so that we can learn from it. The present is where we need to be, right here, right now, and just have faith. And if we walk with faith, walk with gratitude, stuff works out better. Always, nearly always. Have a great day. Comment if you have anything fun and interesting to say. Subscribe if you if you enjoy this video. All the best.